Back in February 22, I started a 365 film photography project. During this challenge, I shot 36 rolls of 35mm film and 44 rolls of 120 film in different formats such as 645, 6x6, 6x9, and even 617. I also shot some Instax photos. Of course, I defined the project for myself a little easier than it sounds. All I had to do was to post one film photo per day for 365 days, and if necessary, it was okay to take breaks. First of all, here is some numbers from the project. I posted 231 35mm photos, 122 120 photos, and 12 Instax photos. I used a total of 14 cameras, 9 35mm, 3 medium format, 1 pinhole camera, and 1 Instax camera. My favorite 35mm camera was Leica M3 with 116 posted photos, and in the second place, Nikon F with 77 posted photos. And my most used 120 camera was Pentax 645N with 68 posted photos. Here are the things that I learned about my own photography from this project. I'm not a one camera person. Using different cameras is a way to keep it interesting and stay motivated. I'm not a carry a camera all the time person. I tried to actually do it, but it didn't work. Mostly because my typical day is driving to work in the morning and driving back home in the evening. So no photos on the way. I'm okay with heavy cameras. I was perfectly fine going on a photo walk carrying something like Fujica GW690, which is almost 1.5 kilo, or a Mamiya C330, which is more than 1.7 kilo. I don't take a lot of low light photos. It is just who I am. I want to go home when it gets dark. I love working with well-built cameras. If you look at my favorite cameras, it is obvious. For a normal photo walk, I prefer longer focal lengths over wide focal lengths. I prefer to isolate an interesting subject with a long lens rather than using a wider frame with multiple subjects in it. I take better photos in winter. Again, this is who I am. In bad weather, I get more motivated. I'm totally okay not using a light meter. In fact, out of the 14 cameras that I used, only 4 of them had auto exposure, and 7 of them had no light meter at all. I like to crop a little. I think it's an essential part of editing and I'm totally fine with it. I enjoy using different aspect ratios rather than staying with one aspect ratio all the time. Again, I think it's a way of keeping things interesting. But probably the most important thing that I learned was that photography is my best therapy. It helped me a lot during this time dealing with difficulties at work, mundanity of everyday life, and loss of loved ones. Now let's take a look at the monthly summary as well as my favorite photo of each month. So that's it. I hope you liked this video. If yes, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. Also, feel free to follow me on Instagram.